Good morning, Mr. Roy.
Good morning.
Good morning to our two viewers out here watching this morning.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot, hot, hot.
It's a kind of an interesting start to the morning. Get a little bit of push off of this VWAP.
Yeah, we got a big old wall up here right above 6,010. We got, they just pulled some of those orders.
Okay.
We had a 400 lot and actually two 400 lots sitting up there, and they just pulled them. Now we got 100 lots sitting there, so they can break through that. We could definitely see between.
Market's high just did a big shift on general market, and then it's following SPY tide, which is both bullish, but the put premiums did increase here just for a second. But as you see, general market, so now you're on SPY tide. The push up general market, you had the premiums down. SPY, you had a push up. So you're getting a little bit of a.
It rejected up there pretty hard off the right above the 8. So it's got to get above that. We actually pulled all those orders at 10 now. Now you don't have any till 20 up top. So that's an interesting look.
And clear the runway.
What's here?
Clear the runway.
Just took those out, so
well, we lost money.
No. Still here. It's just this stupid camera. I don't know what's up with the latest update on Chrome. Keeps kicking my camera out. Don't ask me why.
We do have data at the top of the hour. They're wholesale inventories. You're going to have kind of a light data morning. U.S. is meeting with China right now on tariff negotiations in London, so we expect headlines from that meeting to come flying out randomly throughout the day. You have the U.S. 6-month bill stuff at 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central. So, and this week we do have inflation data. So CPI is set to release on Wednesday morning. We have the New York Fed inflation data today as well. So maybe a preview, if you will.
Yeah, you got the New York Fed consumer inflation, and you got the Atlanta Fed GDP coming out too today. Don't forget about it.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yep, tomorrow's a light day. You got the Red Book at 7:55, which shouldn't be a lot, but you never know. Then you got the 52-week bill auction at 10:30. Then the big boy at 12 Central. You got the 3-year note auction coming out. So that's a big one. And then Wednesday, we got CPI. That's the big one. 10-year note, another big one. And then you get the Fed budget balance for May. That could be interesting too. Thursday, PPI, continued jobless claims, all that, 4 and 8 week bill auction, and a 30-year bond auction, which we know what kind of fireworks we had last time we had that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then Friday, you just got U of Michigan data at 9. So it is kind of a light week. It is a no Fed speaker week because we are a week out from FOMC. So we're in a quiet period now. So this week, I don't know what to actually expect, but we could be setting up for some fireworks into next week.
Yeah, and then obviously getting debated throughout the week is the BBB, the Big Beautiful Bill. So just got to be careful of any headlines coming out with any of that stuff. Who knows where that stands at the moment, and how the market will react to it. Regardless of how anybody feels about it, it really doesn't matter. It's how the market reacts to it. So keeping an eye on that. Tesla down 1%, so back under 300, 291.
Yeah, I need to check on if I need to go on and buy my calls back now. Where we're at. Tesla. We're only at 55% up on them right now still, so we still got a little time on them.
Yeah, you got a robotaxi event for Tesla, and what, 3 days? The 12th?
Yeah, Thursday.
So, from a fundamental standpoint, could see some momentum in Tesla leading up to the event. Hopefully.
Yeah, I was expecting to move up leading up to it. Then we get a sell the news event when it comes out. But you never know. It could do the opposite. It could sell off, then pop. They do something unexpected. Seems like Trump and Elon and Vance kind of all made up over the weekend a little bit yesterday. Did you see that?
It appears so, yeah. There's been some retweets on Elon's part. He deleted the Epstein tweet.
Yeah, he's back to they back agree on something, the whole LA riots and stuff, which I don't understand how the California government hadn't stepped in and tried to stop that, but that is California.
It's
so they're not trying to figure out what they do.
It's definitely dominated the news cycle this weekend, so it kind of put the feud on the back burner, which I think Elon is still adamant that the big beautiful bill needs to cut spending and stuff.
Yes.
I shared that tweet with you last night. The wrinkle of support ICE past BBB by Stephen Miller was an interesting play.
I did look into that a little more. There is a thing in there to fund ICE, keep ICE funded for that. So
yeah, double the ICE agents and stuff like that, right?
They put stuff in there that's good to hopefully people don't notice the stuff in there that's bad, which there's a lot of bad.
Yeah.
Welcome to the U.S. government.
We'll see how that plays out and how the response here. A lot of opinions on that stuff. People get a bit touchy-feely, so we don't tend to touch those topics. Me and Monty can have a general discussion about it, but and have differing opinions and have the same opinions and still show up and stream together and be buddies. But unfortunately, that's not the case for a lot of people, so we won't touch that topic because we don't want to trigger anybody or incite any sort of feelings that really are irrelevant to the market at the moment, as you can see.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's what's the saying? There's three things you don't talk about. It's politics, religion, and NASCAR. That's the South. I think NASCAR still holds the same weight it used to, but it used to hold a lot of weight. But now it's like I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it kind of fell off quite a bit, didn't it? Well, they alienated their base, right?
They tried to mainstream it too much, and you're right. Yeah. They alienated the people that made it what it was, and those people kind of. I mean, you still have some diehards, right? But it's nothing like it used to be.
Yeah, and also the drivers, right, back then were just, I mean, they were icons, legends.
You go back, you had the Dale Earnhardt, the Jeff Gordons. I was never a Jeff Gordon fan, but just look at the merchandise and the fans he had, right? You had all that going on. And I mean, I looked at a thing yesterday and it showed the top 10 apparel that was sold, merchandise that was sold. Mm-hmm. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon were all still in the top 10.
Wow. That tells you the want of the past, right? We have a long signal on the 1 minute chart, by the way.
And I'm in a long on Take Profit Trader. I got in at 6,007 when it came back and retested down here. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we can get a bounce. I would like this thing to bounce up. I'm not going to lie to you. If it would bounce up to about 15 or 16, that would give me a couple $100, and that would definitely make the day for one of these accounts today so far. So we might come back to about 12. We got a few orders at 12, nothing major. I mean, you really don't have any orders to the upside till you get to 20. You got 137 at 20, and then right below 6,027.50, you got 441 orders sitting up there. But we do have a little data coming out here at 9 o'clock. I was hoping to be out of this trade by then. I think I'm just going to move this down, hopefully to come back up here and take this 6,012 out, and that would be perfect. But, if it starts to move a little momentum, I might move it up a little and trail it up. But we're trying to hit base hits here, boys and girls. Base hits. Guess what base hits do? Base hits pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something the other day, and I think it was Mancini shared it. And I was like, wow, I never put this into the concept. But you take one ES per day, and you make 5 points in that one ES, you are already making more than the median income in America.
Wow.
That's $250 a day, folks. 5 points is sometimes easier said than done, but it's doable, right? We can do that. That should be a goal. That's why base hits add up. You just don't think about it. Everybody's looking for the home run.
Right.
I've been guilty of looking for the home run. Now, if you get $100, $200, take it. You do that a couple times a day, guess what? You're making more than most people in America's making. I think you can live comfortably off that. You multiply that times, now let's do that times, 5 accounts, 10 accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you're a top 1%er. Well, maybe not top 1%er, but you're top 5%er, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot to get there is my point. And we all do home run. I don't want this big play out. That's what you see on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you're going to call it today. Everybody's like, whoa, we this, that, and other. They're making, $15,000 a day. How come I can't do it? Well, they're also putting a hell of a lot of risk on.
Right.
I don't want to trade full lots every time, right? I don't want to trade, if I can trade 15 or, 5 MES or ES, I don't want to trade 5 ES every time.
Right.
And a lot of these bigger boys you're seeing do that. They're trading NQ, which is really dangerous to start with. And they're putting 15 NQ lots on at a time. So, yeah, you're getting big rewards, but your risk is just, it takes one wick and you've blown your accounts.
There was a Charlie Munger quote going around this weekend. I don't know if you saw it. It said the 3 things that can tear your life apart is ladies, liquor, and leverage.
Leverage is probably the worst one of the 3. Then.
Exactly. So it is a tool to use very cautiously because it can absolutely wreck you.
You remember back in the penny stock phase where everybody was, everybody got into penny stocks during COVID and all that stuff. Well, margin. How many margin calls did you see?
Oh man,
on Robinhood all the time. Everybody's getting margin called all the time, right? Because they had, I've got $5,000 extra. I can play with this $5,000. Well, yeah, you can, but you got to be careful. All right, not loving this now. Let's come back. See, Tide is not cooperating now. I should have took $50 on it and got out of it. Now I'm down like $50. So.
Got 20 seconds.
That's a good thing in it. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to hold this down data, but I am here now. I do have my stop loss in case it does tank down. It has not hit it yet, but who knows? It might, yeah. If it does, it does. That's why we got a stop loss. Let's see what came out.
Okay. Nothing pop up.
Yeah. It died down on us there, then came right back up. But now it's got to get back above this down 8, 14, 21, and 50. I think I'm going to move. They moved orders. They got a few orders below us, Roy. But they got the main ones, the still ones. They're still 439 up there at right above 60.25, right below 60, probably about 60.26. So we're still struggling with this high right here, this part. We need to break through here. And if we break through this, we can actually see us probably move back up toward this 20 area, which you got 139 orders sitting there. You can see your high 60.25. That's where all those right above where those big orders are sitting at. So we're not clearing it. We're not doing anything.
So a little bit of a wick on the 1 minute.
So U.S. wholesale inventories came out. Oh, sorry, Roy. 0.2. Forecast is 0. Sales came out at 0.1. Forecast is 0.3. They also post notice of steel and DBE products subject to tariffs. Okay, that's a new one. That's the data we just got out. You can actually go to your thing here. U.S. post notice of steel and divert. It likes it so much it did it twice here. Now they hadn't updated the other data yet. They have updated over here, so I'm assuming this is a tad bit delay. Oh, here it is. 0.2, 0.1 was a slight miss, slight beat on inventories, which is not. You don't actually want to see this beat. You want to see this beat. So
right.
But still, I think this 0.1%, that's still pretty strong on the wholesale sales. That held up better than I think they thought it probably would.
SPX is right at 6,000 as well. So I think that's why you're getting a little bit of a magnet to this area. Can't quite break away from it. Can't quite break below it. So we'll see what they just pushed it below 6,000. So 599.79. See if they can reclaim it or if they're going to push it down.
Yeah, CBD's holding up about plus 500, which is nothing. Tide is doing a little not good for my longs. The volume is coming down. That's coming down. Let's look at holdings. Holdings is quite the opposite. You got your volume still rising, your calls rising. Market tide is doing the opposite too. So this thing could turn back up. We just need SPY to join the party with general market tide and its holdings. That would be great. But no, this is an ugly candle here on the 5 minute.
Very ugly.
I'm surprised CBD's only dropped to like 400. Okay, well, it just went to 300 at that time. That's back to 400. So, yeah, this is probably going to take me out here. And if it does, that's okay. We've got a little extra here. We can come back and play. And it's probably I hate to say this, and I'm not going to change my stop loss, but I definitely could see a failed breakout here. I do have a zone. Oh, where did my damn level go that was there? My line that was across up here. We had a line up here a minute ago, didn't we? Maybe not. I got one up here. I got, what is that one? 6,825. But it keeps me on there. Let's see what that is over here. I've got a line there. I'm going to draw this blue because that's a different line. And this is where we're struggling to stay above. So that's interesting.
Yeah, there's just not much going on. I mean, I'm looking at the gamma and a lot of green as we're recapturing that 6,000. You've got a gamma bar up here, but if you look below, it's just kind of green, soft gamma below us, not really indicating much, to be honest. I mean, this just seems like a very low volume kind of day with CPI maybe being a couple days away. And obviously the U.S.-China talks are going on now, so maybe people are kind of holding steady.
Yeah.
Getting more clarity.
You got CBD is back up to 500. You got your tide is starting to move back up again. So on SPY, so we said if they come join the party, this could actually be decent. You see the level we got to get above here, and then probably the bottom of this one. Now, those two would be the biggest hurdles I see right now. Of course, the 8 is proven to be a slight problem. CBD is above 600 now. It's just creeping up. It's not really popping. It's just kind of just hanging out there. Now it's back under 600, back above 600. So welcome to the party, boys and girls. Welcome to the party. Your call premiums took a little drop here. Your volume is kind of rolling, so that is something to keep an eye on while we can't pop above this. CBD's come back under 600 again. Not loving that. This thing pops back up a little bit. If it gets close to 10, I'm probably just going to go on and get out of it. See, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I don't like how this kind of rounded off. It's kind of making an H pattern. We know how those play out a lot. I'm a fan of H pattern. And when I'm long, I'm a fan of H pattern when I'm short, but I'm not short. So,
yeah, if you look at the 10-minute chart, there's really not much telling you. I mean, big red candle down to start. I'll flip to that. Green candle to recover. Red candle to take that out. Now green candle potentially forming here. We're hanging out at anchored VWAP. Can't quite get above anchored VWAP and VWAP. Can't quite get above that 8 on the 10 either, which is yeah. So the market is digesting. Of course, SPX being at 6,000, you're kind of keeping an eye on that. That's obviously what's going to drive the next move, as there's no real data to anticipate here for a little bit.
The only thing you got coming out is you've got the 3 6 month bill auction at 10. New York Fed inflation. 10:30. You got New York Fed inflation at 10. At 10 o'clock, you will also get probably around 10. You'll get what the auction is going to be. So that's usually a pretty good. Get a little move off that typically. So 9 times out of 10, you get a pop unless it comes out just really bad. Let's see. Boy, I said that SMCI play. It's up $1.09, 2.62% today.
It's boogie.
I mean, it's not anything crazy, but it is decent. Let's look at the. I got it on my daily. Don't want a daily. Let's go to a 10-minute chart on it. Yeah, it's got a nice move on a 10-minute chart. Very nice move on a 10-minute chart. So CBD, I mean, it's 800 now, so it is gaining a little momentum here, but you do have your calls are starting to pop a little bit, volume starting to pop a little bit, so we could see something. Market is kind of coming down a little bit on that, so you would expect it to catch back up here in a second. Canada's Prime Minister Canadian Armed Forces are to have a larger presence in the north. Okay. Canada is to boost defense spending to hit NATO's 2% GDP target. Wow, really? That's a shocker.
Yeah, we're just kind of stuck at settlement, really. Settlement, VWAP, anchored VWAP, all aligned. I'd like it to pop above that to create support rather than what it's doing now.
What is my top step level is not showing up?
If anybody wants to know how you spot chop, go to the 1-minute candle and look at this chart. That will show you chop.
Yeah.
Over here, you're seeing this. Got this soft build gamma. They can catch this red here at 6,005. We got a chance to boogie. Go ahead.
There's 2 different ways to look at what you call chop, Roy. Listen to this.
You'll like consolidation.
So, yeah, we can call it chop or we can call it consolidation. When we get a move out of it, typically we get a big move out of it. So
that is true.
CBD went above 1,000. It's at 1,100 now. Look at your tide. My gosh. Come on, baby. Catch up with it. Run up there. we're going to. Oh, we're so close. I mean, so close.
Are you doing 10 as your take profit?
I got it 11.50. That would get me a cool $106.25.
Hey,
That would put the account up by $100 if it can get there. But I'm thinking I'm really tempted to take this down $50 here and come back later. I have not taken it yet. Oh, we're getting a little move here.
break it. Break
I
that
think we
10.
17.50. So I actually moved my take profit up some. I moved my take profit to 16.50. And I'm going to actually move my stop up now to where I won't lose money. Worst case scenario, I'll make $30 in this trade. Best case scenario now, I'll make $200 in this trade. So if it would move up just a little bit more, I would move that stop up to 100 and guarantee that, but it won't do that. So oh my gosh. What the hell just happened? Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, we're here for it.
Yeah, it's 1,500 CBD now. I changed my mind, and it didn't hit it. It's one tick away. I wanted to go on and take that $100, but it didn't hit. So, que sera. Even though I like Tide, I like what CBD is doing. It got me out there $100. So there's $100 on the day. The first trade of the day, $100 in.
First trade of the week.
First trade of the week. Yep. First trade of the week, and I started to take it here. You can ask Roy. My regret this morning not taking the 6,000 play. I was hoping we was going to get a flush down to here and then pop. But if you are playing failed breakouts, you're looking for a relatively close lower break. Well, what you have right here? You had this lower break. Once you reclaimed here, 606.50 was a place to get in. I got in at 607 or 6,007. So I did kind of play a failed break now. But anyway, $100 is $100, right?
Yeah, and we got to see how it handles the 50 on the 5 minute.
Yeah.
And break above that, you could potentially get a support. So, but it may linger. May land us more setup there. Is that what you're saying? No, who's saying that? Who's saying linger?
Huh?
Cranberries?
What are you talking about?
What's the song Linger? Who's saying linger? Cranberries?
I don't know.
Oh. Cranberries. Linger.
That's okay.
Linger. This is 90s rock. Cranberries, yeah.
Okay, yeah, cranberry. I know you're talking about now.
Yeah. You know, back when we did our eyeliner and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Jinko jeans.
Don't even go there. So, guys, I will not be looking for a short up here. Just so everybody knows.
No.
I know a lot of people will look and be like, oh, if it's 50, if it rejects it's 50, you can play short. Very well could be. That is really not the way we're trading now. We're trying to be disciplined traders for you guys. Yeah, sounds funny to me too, right? We'll get there. I think we'll get there. I mean, my gosh, that just ripped up. Woo! I expected a bigger move than that, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm glad I only took $100 out of it because we'll just be lingering around here. It might go more. Don't know. But, it's not really my place to say if it goes more or not. Oh, what I do. There we go.
Yeah, it is lingering. I mean, you do have a little wick on the 10-minute Foreman. nothing really on the 5. You do have a 15-minute candle by candle to the upside. So you could see the little pullback here and then blammo. But, well, now you got kind of an engulfing. Oh, yeah. This would be my entry. I think I'm gonna give it a go on a candle by candle.
I like your thought process there. Let's see if I can get in with you here to the upside, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I did it in a combine. I put 5 more at 6,875, which is kind of that bottom of the wick. Kind of corresponds with the 8 ribbon I got. Periscope, it is entering this red gamma. So it did get up to this red gamma. So we'll see if it can pop it and then maybe kind of linger at that 6,010.
Yeah, we did get a little drop in volume here too. So be careful with that. And the but I like it. I still think it's
a little risky.
It's a tad bit risky, but I like the thought process behind it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes sense, especially if we can break this 50. We definitely have 1750 on the table, and then we still have those orders above 25 that I think could actually be in play today. So, took it there. I took it in Take Profit Trader 2.
Good job.
I'm just trying to get. I'm not trying to get a ton out of Take Profit Trader. I'm just trying to get it to. Where am I trying to get it to? There we go. 1425. $14. 1,400. 6,000. 1425. There you go. I'll finally get out of here. I don't know why that was giving me heartaches there.
That's Monday.
I do like leaving up here at this 1850 just in case we do run towards that 2,500. If this thing starts moving, actually what I'm going to do, Roy, is I'm going to move this up here to 24. And then we'll do a 4 there. Back where we were, well, right where we were a second ago. Kind of gives me a couple. That gives me a sell right before it gets to high day if it does get up there. And then I got this next one, the final take profit above that. So it's always, it's always there. You're getting a pop again in volume on Tide, even though when your call premiums are coming back, your put premiums are coming back. Remember, folks, this is the main thing we're worried about when we're looking at this.
Yeah.
You ever hear Led and he says that just watch market Tide, don't listen to Led. Led, I hope you're watching so you can see I'm talking shit about you.
Another key number here, SPY's at 599.70. So it's got 600 ahead, which is about 600 probably corresponds about 6,015 on ES.
Which
so
you got
we get a little,
by the way.
Yeah, and it's also the orb high. So you got a lot of convergence there. To keep an eye on, you've got all of Mag 7 except Tesla and Microsoft are green. Microsoft just actually went green. Tesla's now down only $1, so it's down 0.3%. So it could go green as well. So you could have Mag 7 joining the party. TNX is kind of stuck at 4.5 right now, the 10-year. Keeping an eye on that. VIX is green, up 2.6%. But if you look at the VIX chart, I'm going to flip to it. It's kind of gross. Just kind of been drifting down all morning. So we want to obviously see that continue as we're still on a long. But, right now the story is it just can't quite break that 50 on the 5-minute. So we're keeping an eye on that. We're in our trade. We've got our stops. We've got our take profits. We are playing with what the market has given us.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm taking a few notes here. Hey, here's $100 more and take profit trader on another account. So there's 2 accounts up
Beautiful
$100.
job. Beautiful. Good job.
Well, Roy, you helped me with that. So thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Much appreciation.
Yeah, no, we'll talk this stuff out. You've helped me more than you know on trades, and sometimes looking at all the different time frames, you didn't really get that set up on anything but the 15-minute. So
yeah, I'm going to move this take profit into profit a little bit. It's close, I know, but I just don't want something to change and this thing to drop on us and take me out. If it does come back, take me out, and I can actually get back in. So what are you going to say, Roy?
No, as I say, absolutely protect capital, right? And this is
I just realized I drew a trend line this morning. Son of a bitch. You're struggling with that trend line. You got to be kidding me. Break above that thing. Why do I do this to myself? Oh well, you know what? It is what it is. We are. I think I'm just going to be happy with these. I'm on road. I'm not trading these take profit trader accounts. As a group. I'm trading them separately. And I think I'm just going to keep working each one $100, $200 at a time, and then round back over again and start over with them, and just not really force any plays. And that way, I'm not putting all the eggs in one basket. And you know what? You've had a $200-$300 day in every account, and like I said, I'm trading 4 of these now, so $200 a day there, and then $200 here. I do need to. I'll worry about this later. This combine is now only $500 away from passing.
Boom.
So we'll do that, and I've got these 3 are finna reset here in the next week, I think. So we're finna be back up. Here's my goal, folks. I'm gonna go on and be honest with you. I got sticky notes all over the damn place, right? And Roy said something about sticky notes the other day, and it reminded me, you know what? Sticky notes are a damn good way just to remind you of your goals and your rules, right? So I've got six sticky notes on my screen monitor, and they're at the bottom, right? They're not doesn't look dumb. But my first sticky note says go live, get a live account, top step, take profit. Well, I'm gonna get back live accounts. We want these live. These are sim accounts, right? Yes, we make money off sim accounts. That's fine. But if your ultimate goal is not to become a live trader, I don't know why. I mean, yes, trade to make money, but to become a live trader is where you can make your most money at, right? Second one is a little cocky, but it's me sometimes. It says you're a badass. Trust the trade. It's one thing we don't do a lot, right? We second guess ourselves. Roy said that. I looked at it real quick. I was like, you know what? I like that. I trust it. I got in it. We're $100. We can take $100 profit right now. Third sticky note is failed breakouts. Play a lot. Play them. I think me and Roy did Friday. We talked about it. I mean, Roy, I think you made $200 in account.
Yeah.
On it, we were looking, and I was like, and I kind of get in these moods sometimes where I just like to explain shit out, even though if I'm not doing it. So I was explaining to Roy, like, hey, here it is. If it gets above here, this is what we should do, blah, blah. Roy played it and made money off of it. I'm not saying he did it because of me, because Roy knows this stuff like I do now, right? But it's good to talk it out, and it's good. Like, I think it helps Roy hearing somebody think the same thing he's thinking, right? So kind of gives you a little thing. 4 sticky notes. I'm just going to go through all my sticky notes for you guys. 4 sticky notes. Wait until 9 to take a trade. I saw a tweet, and I started to steal it. It's a picture, and I didn't. It's the time. Actually, I think I saved it. If I saved it, I want to read this to you guys because it's the different time trades. Oh, I do have it. So not all trading hours are created equal is what the name of the headline of the picture says. And it says amateur hour, 8:30 to 9 a.m. A lot of volatility, great for quick scalps, deadly for traders who lack discipline. Absolutely. Because newer traders get in and they see this drop, right? And they're chasing this drop down. What happens? You lose out. The pro setup is 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The dust settles, clean high probability setups emerge. This is where experienced traders focus their time. Absolutely. And I agree with that. If you look, there's a reason I say I want to cut off at 10:30 because Well, we're fixing to talk about that. Your midday chop is from 10:30 to 12:30. Volume drops, moves become random and noisy, low quality trades, high risk of death by overtrading. I don't think there's ever been a more accurate statement than that one right there.
Yep.
High risk of death by overtrading. Absolutely. Smart money returns at 12:30. 12:30 to 2. Institutions re-enter, momentum builds, often setting the tone into the close. Right? Absolutely. And then, of course, the 2 to 3 o'clock, you got power hour. Liquidity surges, breakouts of key reversals often happen here. Great time for structure. I don't think I could have put a list here together that's any better than that. What do you think, Roy?
Right. No, I mean, it nails it.
That's quality.
And
So
we
if you
have experienced every one of those things up and down.
Absolutely. This damn trend line here is holding this thing.
I need it to break. We can just, break that up.
Well, Roy, I'm telling you, if we just keep grinding up by 11:20, we'll hit our first take profit
here. The important thing here is we bounced off of that, or we tested the 50 on the 5 minute and held a little bit. So we'll see that continue. Of course, your gamma exposure, they did tighten up the gamma below or above us, so they are kind of positioning themselves a little bit higher. That's what this is saying.
Yeah, and you got orders at 60-20 now, 164 orders sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, anything can reverse this thing, right? We're trading a news-driven moment. So, but for what it looks like.
So, one thing about news you have to remember. So, we talked about this technical analysis, and yeah, it might run through some levels on news, but if you ever look where it reverses at, typically it's at a damn level that you have on your chart if you've drawn out your levels correctly. Yes, TA is kind of out the window when news comes out, but then it's back in the window for reversals and stuff off of it, right? So it kind of makes me say, hey, TA is more important than ever because you got to make sure you have all your levels marked in case we do get some news. So where you can look where we could get reversals or stuff like that coming through. And I'm gonna tell you, news is probably the best way to play a damn failed breakdown too.
Oh yeah. That is, I was just gonna say, it's kind of a combination of it all, right? And that's why you can't really have just one thought process, one strategy, in my opinion. I mean, other people may disagree, but if you're just a fundamental trader, you can make a ton of money on doing fundamentals, but knowing where the stop signs are on the chart or the zones are, because it tends to gravitate itself back to those areas or stop at specific spots.
I mean, you can look now. So the 60-20 area has pretty much been a magnet all night from Friday into the night, right? So, I mean, hell, look back. I'm looking at a 15-minute chart here. So today it went to it on Friday. It went to it on Thursday. So since Thursday, hold on, we're not through yet. I got close to it on a week from Thursday. So, I mean, we're a couple of weeks here. This 60-20 level has kind of been a spot to look for. So that's just something to keep an eye on. You get these spots and they do become magnets in these areas, right? And you got to make sure that you're like, hey, where are we likely to head back to?
Right.
And it really hadn't broke above 60-20 either. So know that too.
Hate to say it, but not the best 5-minute candle. So you want to see a push off of this area, but your 15-minute and your 10-minute look pretty healthy. But that 5-minute does not. So we're going to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, if anybody doesn't know, when I look, I wonder if I can y'all post a picture in there?
I don't know if we can.
No, it won't. It won't let me post a picture there. I tried to post a picture there so I could show you guys. I have on my trading. This thing's fixing to take me out here, and I'm probably just going to. Well, did yeah. Wow, nice. Oh, we had something come out. Some news somewhere. Some news something there that don't pop like that for nothing. Your put premiums just tanked. Call premiums are not really running up either. So, well, not as much as it looked like a second ago.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
I'm guaranteeing $100 in this trading.
I don't blame you. I don't know what's going on, but we're happy for it. Let's see.
I would be happier if it would have hit that damn 1850 level up there and took these first 4 out. But it's going to take me out here. $100. It looks like what I'm probably going to get. CVD's popped at 35. Well, I don't know. Roy, what happened? What's the news?
I'm looking, I'm digging.
All right, we're out of that. We made $100 on it. We still got time to do whatever we want to do.
Trump to host event highlighting investment accounts for kids.
No. Bank of Spain cut their GDP forecast.
I don't know what that was, but it was. What did that get to? 1750?
Yeah.
It was a 6-point pop. Bitcoin is absolutely.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
All
right. So
here's my best advice I can give you right now. Let this thing settle down before you do anything. I don't know what's coming through. You got Tide volume is popping, but calls are coming down. Market Tide is the opposite. Holdings opposite. I don't know. I really don't know. This is I mean, if we break 20 up here, what is coming? CVD's over 4,000 only.
Wow.
Yeah, it popped up, but it popped up to 4,500 on that last pop up and came back down some. So I don't know what's up with that.
MicroStrategy weekly call options are about to be in the money. What's going on?
Tariffs fading. That's nothing. That's nothing. Mexico's president smile. I'm very likely to meet Trump at G7. Okay, that's nothing. I will attend G7. Trump lets U.S. Trade Secretary Vincent levy tech sell controls and lets negotiations away, lifting export controls in China talks. I don't know if that. I mean, that's got to be the news, right? That's what's doing it.
That's got to be. Yeah, that's right. That's pretty good news.
Yeah, it is pretty good news. So I would expect actually more on that. Would you not?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Is I kind of am surprised it didn't move stronger on that news. Now, they did give us one of these kind of delayed fake out reactions last week, if I recall correctly. Basically, they kind of lingered, dropped it down a little bit, and then ramped it up. So I am not in love with this wick on the 5-minute, though.
No, but we've been filling these wicks up on the upside, too.
Yeah. So we just closed above orb high. Maybe we retest Monty's trend line. Bounce? I don't know. That's making a trade up.
It's actually not making a trade up. We did get above that trend line. That trend line, as you can see, has been there for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit and wait.
You got, from a periscope standpoint, you got a gamma bar that's shrinking right above us. So They've got green all above, went red and green, so they're positioning themselves for higher moves up. They've lowered their gamma exposure below, and when they lower this gamma exposure, that's when you kind of see that little move up. So they're just as confused as we are as they're positioning themselves for whatever move is to come. Bitcoin's at 107,000, almost 108,000, up 2%. This is a pullback that we are expecting. I would look for maybe at 1250 range.
I took it in a combine here off this trend.
Okay.
So, damn, I only got 4. I wanted 5. Let's add one there.
I've got a buy at 1250 on a combine if it gets back down there. I'm kind of feeling like see if it holds that 50 again, but
Trump gives you room to lift export controls in China ahead of U.S.-China talks in London. President Trump authorized Trade Secretary Scott Bessent's team to negotiate away recent restrictions on the sale of a wide variety of technology and other products to China, according to people. So this could, NVIDIA should be popping too, right? Did NVIDIA pop?
Yeah, NVIDIA popped. You had a nice drastic kind of whoop.
Yeah, so if you're
Marvell, Micron, anything AI related is on fire right now. AMD is up 5%, 122. SMCI is up 4%, 43.21. Nuclear's popping, up 4%.
I think nuclear is kind of going early this morning, wasn't it? Didn't the lead say that?
Yeah, that's true.
Lead talk, or you didn't want to call lead talk?
Baba up 1.5%.
I did see a lot of people talking about, hey, it's time you start looking at some Chinese stocks here with all this news and stuff coming in and out.
Oh, my EU, 235. 20% on the equity. Anyway,
I did put in an order for those calls I was talking about on SMCI. It has not filled, and it's ran away from my orders. So so
we are coming back a little bit here on the market. It just filled my order. And I'm not sure I want it.
I'm with you. Look at this.
Tides, yeah, volume.
We got to see if it holds the 8 here. If it holds the 8 and bounces back up, 58, all right there together. This could end up being a strong move back up to the upside, probably around 220 range. If it wants to do it. It's got to want to do it first, though.
That's a big, kind of exciting last couple moments.
Yeah, I know, right? Got the adrenaline flowing a little bit here.
So
I did
all
take a trader on another account that I hadn't really traded yet. So we are down slightly on it, and we are. If it breaks below this 8, I'm gonna cut, or actually probably below the 21. I'm gonna cut this thing, and I got to stop down there.
Not to make up trades, but your 1 minute is setting up for a potential reversal if they want to. So
your volume is going back up. Your call premium is going back up. So this could get a little pop here. I just need I need that high. I need 6,1975, and that will give me actually a $200 day over here on this account. So we are ready to cut it though at any second if we have to here.
And this is part of the going back to the trading news, right? So obviously news has impacted the volatility.
Yeah, but what we're doing here is we have risk parameters in place, right? So it's not like we're throwing everything in here and going long and hoping for a miracle. There's a reason why we took these trades. Now it might not play out. Like right now, it's not looking great.
Yeah, you've got 4 minutes on the 15-minute candle, and you really want to see that wick get filled because otherwise, I mean, if you look, I did my zone pre-market, and you can see where it rejected. So
Yeah,
that pre-market high is starting to show its strength.
I'm not
Go ahead.
loving how I rejected that trend line again there.
We could
Thing
come
is-
back down. I don't really want it to come back down that hard, but you could come back and catch this 6,000 pillow. But do have a little bit of stop sign here at 6,005, which kind of corresponds with anchored VWAP and VWAP. So,
Well, this 5 minute, you got a pretty good level right here where it just bounced off of 1175. You got the 14 and the 21 sitting right there on top of it. So you got double EMAs there. And we did get a little bounce off of it. Your put premiums are going up. Your call premiums come down a little bit. Your volume is ticking down slightly. So that is something to be concerned about. CBD's 2,400 after it got up where it was, so not loving that. 6,000
trending up. Tesla's like a butt hair away from being green. That would be all of Mag 7 is green, even on this move down. So,
I mean, they're a whole butt hair away.
whole butt hair, curly and all. $0.10 away. What did you write your calls for? 350, right? On Tesla?
Yeah.
And did you write NVIDIA calls?
Yes. I gotta
Okay.
look to see where I'm talking right now.
You're good. You're good. Very important last 2 minutes of this 15-minute candle. If it can show any sort of moxie, that means the buyer stepped in on the last part of the candle.
Look at this 5 minute and tells you where buyers are stepping in.
Yeah. The wick.
Yeah. I did not get stopped out. I came ever so close. So I'm still in this thing. I don't know if I still want to be in it though. I would like it to get me close to back to break even. Let's see, 14.75. I'm in about the same spot here. So if I can get in back around this 15 level, I will definitely cut this trade. But I just don't know if we're going to get back up there now. I probably just going to cut it now, to be honest with you. I want to cut it. I just don't feel it might bounce here. I'll cut that one. I just don't feel comfortable with it. It is what it is. We'll wait for something else. And this is a combine. Being a combine, I will let this one play out. I got plenty of room for it to play out. So I am not at all worried about that one. If I lose $250 from this, guess what? I'm okay. This one we do need 100 more. And I'm not interested in taking any longs right now. And I'm actually not interested in taking a short here. I want to see how this thing plays out. Should have interested in taking a short too.
It is testing anchored VWAP here. From a periscope standpoint, you are hitting this 6,000 level on SPX, getting close to it. So you look at all this green. I mean, this is just happy zones, chap zones, really. So we'll see if SPX can hold this 6,000. Again, the news to me was good, which is why you got the pop. So maybe the market is, it could have been a kind of a sell the news event on the China side.
Yeah. I keep forgetting you guys can't see me here. So when I'm thinking, you can't see that I'm sitting here thinking. All you see
Getting a
is
drill down here.
Yeah, we are. And like I said, I'm gonna let this play out. If it takes it out, it takes it out. That's fine. I'm not in it in any other account. There's no trading and there's no make sure I'm going through to make sure I don't have any straight orders sitting out there anymore. Because Trade of 8 is notorious for leaving you some strays. So all right, we're not in anything, so we're good to go. We're just in this one thing here, and this is like I said, it's a combine, so it's not that big a deal. Well, you're tired of saying this thing's going to drill some more, though, Roy. But you are getting a pop in call premiums now. Your volume is coming down. Your premiums going up. Call premiums are spiking. If this turns, we could get a reversal here. CBD.
Yeah, I mean it is SPX 6001.75. So you could probably have probably about that 200 range on your chart. The yellow line is probably SPX 6000.
CBD's back to 1500 now. We are getting a little volatility here, boys and girls.
Bottom of my pre-market zone is 6,575. If you're into that. The candles do not suggest long. A 10-minute chart just showed a signal down on this candle. Also setting up a potential candle. A candle on the short side.
Yeah.
So what you could see here.
I want to cut that trade. I don't like it. I don't like what we're doing here. And I just didn't want to take a chance. I mean, it's like I said, it's 250 more bucks, but why chance 50 more bucks when you don't have to, right?
Exactly. Oh, and you can clear your mind and push it back. I mean, to be honest, now this close to everything, I'd like to see how it reacts to SPX 6000, which it kind of tapped it, and I'll show it on my. Basically, it's at the bottom of this yellow here. It kind of tapped it and pushed up. And then if it does break down under that, what do we want to see what it does for ES 6000? But you're getting a little bit of a wick, a recovery of VWAP here. 15 minutes forming a nice wick very early in the candle, though, so you can't really do much there. 5 minute, you're definitely seeing the wick play out above VWAP. And then we flip over to the 1 minute, you are getting a little curl up. So see if it can close above this VWAP, anchored VWAP, sorry, 6,925. And we can get some momentum up. Again, not really in love with this move back up, but tide is, volume is pushing up a little bit.
Yep.
But I'd like to see it get all the way down to the bottom of this zone, about that 6,005 area, to kind of make a good decision. I mean, this could have been a setup for a short.
I actually like how it came down below VWAP testing. It's holding up. I like that.
Right.
Tide, like you said, Tide is suggesting that this thing's fixing to rip back up.
Yeah,
and the volume's up. Call premium is just straight up.
Yeah, and you did hold that 6,000 SPX so far.
Yeah, everything's kind of suggesting that it's going to move back up, but that does not mean that it's definitely going to move back up. Also, came right back below that VWAP we were talking about what we liked, and now it's going to close right below it. So,
yeah, you're getting 6,000 SPX now is getting retested, 6,000.33. We are at the bottom of my zone that I said I wanted to see what it would do. And so far, a little bounce off of it. Could get down to this bottom Bollinger Band. ES 6000 would be kind of an irresistible trade opportunity for me. But this could be this failed breakdown. right? Could be a failed breakdown that you want to
We
keep
already
an
had
eye
one
on.
here before, right?
Yeah.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much 4 failed breakdowns already on it. So it's
Yeah.
level. There's a reason this line is here, right?
Those premiums are ripping on SPY.
Yeah. Need the volume to rip with it, and this thing probably could go back up. I mean, all this said and done, you still got orders sitting at 20. You still got 212 orders sitting up there, but you got 15 to get through first, right? You got this little mess right here to get through.
That was a strong reaction to the bottom of the pre-market zone.
Yeah.
I want to see continuation, though, right? I mean, you can make anything look any sort of way, right? On a 15-minute, it's a candle by candle to the short side. Or sorry, a 10-minute, candle by candle to the short side. 15-minute has a nice wick up that could be a reversal from the downside. 5-minute, right? It's potentially an engulfing candle forming above VWAP. 1 minute pushed up, if you break above 60.10 and close above that, that basically erases all this consolidation area and it's breaking back up to push it. So arguments can be made all over the place. To me, you're holding above 6,000 on SPX. Until that falters, you really can't be comfortable taking a short. Just buyers are stepping in near that area, so it could get down there and test. Of course, you can make money from here down to there, but your risk reward suggests just stick with your rules, right? We're above VWAP now, and you see the 1 minute chart kind of pushing it up. Your 5-minute.
If we break this, we got a good chance to run back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Need to break this. You got 8 and 21 on top of each other. So there's no doubt. I mean, I'm not surprised at all. We're struggling to get back above that. If we do get above it, then you still got this 50 to get back above. You can see that 50 is kind of held for a while this morning, both sides. So support, resistance, support, the whole deal. You know how that goes.
Mm-hmm. And your failed breakdown area is corresponding with SPX 6,000. So there are important levels here, regardless of feelings. We just try to read the chart how we see it.
That is the key right there, brother. My brother. Kind of hate I cut this down trade on my combine now, but actually I had my stop was right like here, so we would have got stopped out anyway. So that's probably for the best. This tide is your calls are kind of rounding, but your volume is still going up. Your puts are kind of chilling. Holdings is had a dip in volume, just popping back up now. Market tide, same thing, general. So they all kind of look the same right now, which is I don't know what to do here. So if you don't know what to do, what do you do?
Nothing. Nice. You're going to move down here. So now you've rejected that, but you're back at VWAP.
What we just talked about, look, this turned, came down. So, yep. 17. Ooh, I think we're going to go back and test 1,600 or 6,000, Roy. I don't know if it's going to be right now. This candle would be a great one to do it on now because of all this nastiness with it, and it might pop back up here to test anchored VWAP first. I don't know. VWAP is kind of holding here for the moment. You got orders at 1250. They put up as well 113. It was very crimson, 127. Got real dark crimson red, and then it kind of went back to orange now. So, que sera, whatever will be, right? Anybody knows that song? Knows what's que sera? Is that Italian?
Sounds Italian. Smells Italian.
Close enough, right?
Yeah, Buongiorno. One of the best scenes ever. Glorious bastards. The anchored VWAP call was pretty good there. It did come up and is testing it currently. You're looking at Periscope, just kind of fluctuating the same little bing pong right here. 6,000, 6,005.
Sounded bad, Roy.
I'm sorry. That was not a jab at anything or anybody.
So you already knew what I was thinking about when you said that. So you knew what you I tell you, did it on purpose, boys and girls.
Yeah. I need to add to the list of the 3 L's. I'm going to come up with a fourth one. Other ways I can ruin my life. 6,009 on ES. You just can't get anything really. No momentum.
Nah.
I mean,
Well, it's best to do nothing right here. Nothing.
It is playing out on the 10-minute for this candle by candle, the short side, right? You got a big push up about halfway to the candle and then rejected at those ZMAs. And now it's below VWAP, but it did hold at the bottom of the pre-market zone. So,
I mean, it's like we're trapped in between the two VWAPs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're trapped in between the two VWAPs. We're trapped. We're trying to break out. We're trying to break out. And we just can't get momentum either way. I'm really surprised, though. And, this is why we say don't trade news. I mean, that was really good news for these people that have been complaining about the tariffs and stuff. So I don't really get, yes, we got to move right off of it, but I don't understand the fade so much, which could play out to kind of do what we've seen in the past, right? Where they push it down and they pop it back up on a failed breakdown. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure is that's what they're trying to do.
Looks like it, or at least find the buyers to do it.
Yeah.
You can probably see this red gamma. They are shrinking the gamma below, so that normally causes a push up. Shrinking the gamma above. I don't know where they're positioning. It looks like they're positioning a little lower. That would make me wonder if they're going to push it down.
Well, I'm in no trade, so whatever happens, happens. Well, we are getting close to the amateur hour here. So, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask away. If not, we're finna call
I'd say overall, pretty good start to the day. Took a L in a combine, but I've kind of recovered that, and then did a small trade on Take Profit Trader. There really wasn't an obvious trade, except maybe that one that we kind of talked out. So I think it is a little bit of a chop hard mode. So just be careful, guys. Leverage down, don't leverage up. Sometimes we can get ourselves in trouble. At least me in the past, definitely. Small moves. I'll just scale up and get the point and be out of here, right? And then it reverses on you, and you're pulling out your debit card and credit card to buy another account. The thing you need to do is just monitor the market, make sure you know what's happening. We are getting a little push up here. You are catching this red gamma here. What's Tide looking like? Let's see.
they said they were getting a pop here,
Yeah.
popping volume. So yeah, everything's kind of leaning toward the move up right now. But let this thing play out. We still got a lot of hurdles to go through. So, I mean, this could have been a. You wouldn't think the move would be really strong because this is not a big failed breakdown, right? This was a bigger failed breakdown, right? You got it there, came back down, back up. So from there up to 20, right at 20-point moves, you would think that would be a good one. You can see how these bigger, like let's go back to Friday and look how these bigger failed breakdowns, how much they pay out, right? 88 to 10, there's 20 something points, and then 84 to 22, so like a 30 something point play. So you want to see the bigger move down below before, and then the reclaim. But I'm going to take a break. I'm going to eat some food, clear my head, and then come back and see if I can make a little more. I mean, it was nothing to write home about, but no losing no accounts and no anything crazy. So it is what it is, right? It's where we're at.
Yeah, no, and it's news. News is going to be coming randomly throughout the day. You do have a bond auction in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
you should
Bill
be getting
auction.
those. If they hadn't got the bill auction, if you hadn't got those yet, let me refresh one last time to see if we got it yet. New York Fed, the May view on personal financial situation improved. You got a lot of Fed news coming out right now. I don't know why it's coming out.
Yeah, New York Fed inflation data hit. I forgot about
That's
that.
right. That's right. 10 o'clock. May home price rise expectations 3%. Yeah, it's a lot of that coming out. So just sit back, wait. It's not time to do much of anything right now. Let's wait. Come back 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern, and see what you got then. Like right now, you're finna get into a bunch of chop, and then like we could get really good moves one way or the other, but there's not going to be enough really data to say, hey, this is definitely the play here, in my opinion, with the lower volume. I mean, just look, we had volume open, you had volume on that news counter, right? And what happened? This thing just tapered way back off. So even though this one is a little more volume than the previous one, so but you got your European close coming, so you probably got about 20, 25 more minutes left, and before everybody goes off for lunch and stuff. So be careful, be safe. No need to take any chances.
Yeah, that's the theme of trading and as a whole, right? It's like playing baseball. First pitch, unless it's good, don't really need to take it because there's going to be plenty more coming.
No, I'm a first pitch guy. If I'm sitting fastball, you tell me a fastball, I'm hammering that damn thing.
Yeah, see, but what if the market throws you
Market
a
curveball, so
sloppy
sit back.
slurve, a knuckler?
Well, 10-4, guys,
All
I
right.
guess no questions. So we're finna hop off here. We will be back tomorrow. If you're in the Discord, we got some new things working in there. So be patient while we move things around and work on it. And if not, we will catch you guys later. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.